Alrighty, we're ready to do the valve cover on the passenger side now. Driver's side, sorry. Drove the Crown, so it's right-hand drive, everything's reversed for me. But, yeah, as you can see, it's a reverse of the other side, with the addition of the balance shaft to those cam caps that had the little caps on them. Or, not caps, but, little crossover pieces, blanks, I should say. So these guys right here. So yeah, on that head, they go here, and it doesn't need one here because it's not drilled for the oil port. Or I think the oil port maybe goes through this guy and then up to it. Same on that one there. But yeah, you can see the heads are modular in design, that this valve cover can go on the other side head, which would be that one there. But with the bolt pattern how it is, it will be pointing in the opposite direction, and it would be open right here. But the fact that the bolt spacing is different means I probably could have just started drilling them out as I went and just, yeah, did it that way. But I didn't, so we'll move on from that. But yes, we're going to start making these, or this other one, and we can start out the same way we did on the last one, which I didn't videotape it, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. But we will just lay out all our marks, we'll make our two pieces of angle, and we'll make sure to note that this is now our front, it is not our back. Because the other one, that's where we worked off of our front. We can get our little spare pieces that fell in when we were making the last valve cover. Now the other valve cover is not done yet, obviously. It needs the fill port, although the fill port I think I'm going to put on this side because you can check the dipstick easier because it's on that side, so I don't need to reach over. That's my logic behind it. If there's anything other reason why I shouldn't, then put it down below and I'll maybe change my mind on it. But yeah, so let's get started. Alrighty, we've taken the cam caps off the one, and now you can actually see there's a bit of pitting into it. Bring this up here. So yeah, it's hard to see with the shitty lighting, but there is some gouging into it, so something's gotten in there. I'd have to go check the videos from the last time I built this, if I even made a video on this part of the assembly, or detailed enough to go look to see if the issue is pre-existing or if it's new. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, if it causes a bit of end play, your big fear would be galling or grinding onto these two gears that go together, but that'd be pretty extreme. You'd be hearing something before that would happen. But yeah, I guess we can say maybe that's a good reason or justification behind getting rid of it. Because on the scales of things to get rid of from a motor, a balance shaft's never really an amazing one to do. I know it's been around in like 4G63 worlds of doing it, but that's because if the chain breaks, then if you just maintenance your car, it's not really an issue. So, you know, take it for whatever you want, but yeah, we're doing it for cosmetic reasons basically only, and the fact we're getting the bottom end. It's going to be bob weight balance because it's a split pin crank or offset pin crank, so there's a little bit of dicking around to it, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, 4.3 liter, I think Chevy V6s are the same way. Limiting in the horsepower world for those, but they still make quite a bit. So, yeah. Well, we'll take this guy off, and temporarily, I think we might just bolt those ones on to here. Obviously, we can't really be mix and matching cam caps. So we're going to have to get these ones sliced down, and then we'll probably put a... yeah, even that one's got a little bit of lobe wear to it. But, yeah. What we'll probably end up doing is just zipping that off. Or, honestly, we could just zip it down that way and that way across. As long as we keep a nice flat surface on that, we're A-okay. So, yeah, you can see how it shares the oiling port. It just kind of... shoots it up there, and hopefully it gets to here. So it's not really the most ideal way of oiling it, because a lot of the oil is going to be spraying out, but yeah, I mean, it works because they don't just grenade at 100,000 K. These motors do go for quite a while, and they go quite a while with really shitty maintenance. So yeah. But like everything, when we assemble this motor, we will go and we will verify that the cam spins freely on its own on the journals here, without any sort of have some sort of pitting on them, some wear right beside the oil gallery. So not great, but it is what it is. Yeah, and interestingly enough, this one that actually has its own oil port for either one doesn't actually show any signs of wear. So I wonder if there's something to it, that the fact it doesn't have its own port accelerates the wear on it. Like, just for shits and giggles, we'll take this one out here and we'll see what it looks like. Actually, you know what we could do? Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of grooving, but not as bad as the other ones. So, but we do have new cams with brand fucking new bearing surfaces on them, so don't really want to fuck them up. Let's see how it is. Oh. Yeah, here's the original hood scoop. Well, hood scoop, I should say. The hood's not there. Let's do it. Oh, alright. So it's, done. Which, I mean, this is the easy part of it. It's just drilling a bunch of holes in an angle, welding it all together, cutting little sections, and then make sure it's all flat, putting it all together, breaking a little bit of plate. Bing, bang, boom, not a big deal. Yeah, so we got all that done. Man, how quickly this one turned out. Mainly due because this is the second one I've done, so you get kind of a better idea of how you want to do things. But I'm kind of flip-flopping between wanting to do the other valve cover again, because, I mean, this is looking pretty decent. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like this one here, which is kind of like a narrow one, because it has the, you know, my angle would go up an extra half an inch, so probably to there. So it would only have that little bit of narrow spot. Versus this one where it's, you know, kind of flat and wide. Again, it's still very short because the old one would be sticking up about yay high because we'd have a whole balance shaft. That guy there, that balance shaft hanging precariously on the bucket there. But yeah, it would be right there. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Oopsie, got a little bit with the angle grinder there. Oh, we're also, there we go. Now we're back to normal vision. But yeah, tomorrow or the day after that, or after that, or after that, we'll bolt this onto the head here, and we will finish off the little spots we have to. Obviously, the bottom one is going to have to get cut down and then spaced out a little bit. But we're thinking we can do just a straight shot there with our piece of angle, maybe a little notch there around the bolt, and we'll be set. Interesting thing I saw on this is it's hard to see. See if I'll get a light on it. There we go. It says not torqued on the old cam gear. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I feel like I would have wiped that off had I properly torqued it. But, you know, didn't come off, so that's good. But, yeah, any comments, concerns, put them down below. If I don't hear anything, I'm going to go home and treat this COVID, which hopefully I'm fine tomorrow, as I got to go back to work. Well, hopefully go back to work. Yeah. Smell you later.